Feel the ground tremble and shudder as nature unleashes its raw power. In the next few moments, witness 10 extraordinary instances when the earth roared, captured live on camera. These clips showcase the sheer, unyielding force of our planet and remind us just how unpredictable nature can be. Brace yourself for a journey into the heart of chaos. 10 earthquakes, 10 unforgettable moments. Number 10. The April 2015 Nepal earthquake killed 8,962 people and injured 21,952 across the countries of Nepal, India, China, and Bangladesh. It occurred at 11:56 Nepal Standard Time on Saturday, the 25th of April, 2015, with a magnitude of 7.8 and a maximum Mercalli intensity. Its epicenter was east of Gorkha district, roughly 85 kilometers northwest of central Kathmandu, and its hypocenter was at a depth of approximately 8.2 kilometers. It was the worst natural disaster to strike Nepal since 1934. The ground motion recorded in Kathmandu was of low frequency, which, along with its occurrence at an hour when many people in rural areas were working outdoors, decreased the loss of human lives. The earthquake triggered an avalanche on Mount Everest, killing 22 people, the deadliest incident on the mountain on record. The earthquake triggered another huge avalanche in the Langtang Valley, where 250 people were reported missing. Number 9. An earthquake with a moment magnitude of 7.0 occurred on the 30th of October, 2020, about 14 kilometers northeast of the Greek island of Samos. Although Samos was closest to the epicenter, it was the large Turkish city Izmir, 70 kilometers northeast, that was heavily affected. More than 700 residential and commercial structures were seriously damaged or destroyed. 117 people died in Izmir province, while an additional 1,034 were injured. In Greece, there were 2 fatalities and 19 injured. The earthquake is the deadliest in the year 2020, and the third major earthquake to strike Turkey that year. Number 8. On the 11th of March, 2011, a 9.1 undersea megathrust earthquake occurred in the Pacific Ocean, 72 kilometers east of the Oshika Peninsula of the Thoku region. It lasted approximately 6 minutes and caused a tsunami. It was the most powerful earthquake ever recorded in Japan, and the 4th most powerful earthquake recorded in the world since modern seismography began in 1900. The earthquake triggered powerful tsunami waves that may have reached heights of up to 40.5 meters in Miyako, and which, in the Sendai area, traveled at 700 kilometers per hour and up to 10 kilometers inland. Residents of Sendai had only 8 to 10 minutes of warning, and more than 100 evacuation sites were washed away. The snowfall which accompanied the tsunami and the freezing temperature hindered rescue works greatly. The official figures released in 2021 reported 19,759 deaths, 6,242 injured, and 2,553 people missing, and a report from 2015 indicated 228,863 people were still living away from their home in either temporary housing or due to permanent relocation. Number 7. On June 1, 2022, a 6.1 earthquake struck Lushan County in Yan, Sichuan Province, China. At least 4 people were killed and 42 were injured. The earthquake occurred at 5 p.m. local time and had a depth of 12 kilometers. A preliminary survey of the affected area determined that 135 homes in Yan and 4,374 in Lushan were damaged. Some parked vehicles in Baoxing County were crushed by falling boulders. Some nearby buildings and 5 hydropower stations were also damaged. In Taiping, damage was minimal. Most buildings only suffered cracked or partially collapsed walls. Number 6. The earthquake of magnitude 6.9 at 5:31 on August 21, 2018 was experienced by Trinidad and Tobago. The tremor occurred around 5:30 p.m. and reportedly lasted for about 2 minutes. A magnitude of 7.2 was reported at the epicenter in Venezuela. A magnitude 6.0 aftershock occurred at 9:28 on August 22, 2018. Further to the earthquake event, there were 32 aftershocks. These were evenly distributed from the 21st of August, 2018 into the 22nd of August, 2018. There were no reports of loss of life and serious injury. The earthquake was believed to be the largest ever in the country's history, was reportedly felt in several other Caribbean islands. Number 5. The 2016 Ecuador earthquake occurred on April 16 at 6:58 p.m. with a moment magnitude of 7.8. The very large thrust earthquake was centered approximately 27 kilometers from the towns of Muisn and Pedernales in a sparsely populated part of the country, and 170 kilometers from the capital Quito, where it was felt strongly. Regions of Manta, Pedernales, and Porto Viejo accounted for over 75% of total casualties. Manta's central commercial shopping district, Tarqui, was completely destroyed. There was widespread damage across Manabi province, and structures hundreds of kilometers from the epicenter collapsed. At least 676 people were killed and 27,732 people injured. Number 4. The 2010 Haiti earthquake was a catastrophic magnitude 7.0 earthquake that struck Haiti at 16:53 local time on Tuesday, the 12th of January, 2010. The epicenter was approximately 25 kilometers west of Port-au-Prince, Haiti's capital. By the 24th of January, at least 52 aftershocks measuring 4.5 or greater had been recorded. An estimated 3 million people were affected by the quake. Death toll estimates range from 100,000 to about 160,000. The earthquake is the deadliest natural disaster of the 21st century for a single country. The government of Haiti estimated that 250,000 residences and 30,000 commercial buildings had collapsed or were severely damaged. Haiti's history of national debt, prejudicial trade policies by other countries, and foreign intervention into national affairs contributed to the existing poverty and poor housing conditions that increased the death toll from the disaster. On the 6th of February, 2023, at 4:17 a.m., a 7.8 earthquake struck southern and central Turkey. The epicenter was 37 kilometers northwest of Gaziantep. It was followed by a 7.7 earthquake at 13:24. This earthquake was centered 95 kilometers north-northeast from the first. There were 53,537 deaths and 107,213 injured across 11 of the 17 affected provinces of Turkey. About 140 people remain missing. At least 15.73 million people and 4 million buildings were affected. More than 2 million residents in the affected provinces were evacuated to nearby provinces. At least 518,009 houses and over 345,000 apartments were destroyed. More than 20% of Turkey's agriculture production was affected. At least 516 university buildings were affected, of which 106 were heavily damaged. Number 2. The earthquake which hit Turkey also hit northern and western Syria. According to Turkish-backed officials on the 2nd of February, 2024, 4,537 people died in rebel-held areas while 1,414 died in government-controlled areas. The International Blue Crescent placed the death toll in Syria at 8,476. The Syrian Ministry of Health said over 2,248 died, most were in Aleppo and Latakia. In rebel-held areas, at least 4,547 people died. In a report by the International Medical Corps dated the 8th of March, 2023, 7,259 people were confirmed dead. Number 1. On the 28th of March, 2025 at 12:50, a 7.7 earthquake struck the Sagaing region of Myanmar, with an epicenter close to Mandalay, the country's second-largest city. It was the most powerful earthquake to strike Myanmar since 1912, and the second deadliest in Myanmar's modern history. The earthquake caused extensive damage in Myanmar and significant damage in neighboring Thailand. Hundreds of homes were also damaged in China, while more than 300 apartments were affected in Vietnam. The earthquake has resulted in as many as 4,390 deaths in Myanmar and 36 in Thailand. Up to 6,010 people were injured.